All right, guys, take two of my holiday home for 2023. And we start with looking down the street. So the neighbors have lights up already. And we pan into my yard, which has a walkway of candy canes. And my favorite two things, my lanterns there, and my new bunny acquisition, and garland. And we will go in and take a closer look at the porch in a little bit, and of course candles in the windows. So moving down into the backyard, I have red landscape lights. Actually, they change color, so for Christmas they're red. Icicles over the garage, and of course my yard is always lit up, and of course lights on the back fence, and lights in the trees, which look awesome at night. And those actually stay in the house, in the yard year round. And then I have icicles over the porch, and I've got Christmas lights on the fence, and curtain lights and snowflakes on the back wall of the porch. Coming on in the back, we have the wreath on the back door. And coming up the stairs into the kitchen, we have Christmas curtains and boughs over the doorways, and of course a Christmas tree in the kitchen. Moving on in through the pantry into the dining room, we have, and I will get to that village in a minute, I'm going to step over the baby gates here, but we have a mini Christmas tree with a handmade wreath. That wreath I made, little owl wreath. So my dining room is a winter woodland themed Christmas. So it's white, copper, gold, silver, garland over the doors, the doorways lit up with white lights, gold garland hanging from the ceiling with copper ornaments, and a gorgeous, gorgeous tree topper that just hangs in the center of my window, over top of my village, which I will get to in a second. Obviously candles in all of the windows, and this clock, which looks like he's, it's about 6:30, and he chimes with different Christmas songs every hour. Now, one of my favorite items in here is this Christmas village. So each one of these houses I hand painted many years ago. This represents probably 1,000 hours of hand painting to get all of those little details. While it looks, big in this shot, those little letters are really hard to paint. As you can see, the little signs that were glued on are starting to peel off. I need to glue those back down. But yeah, every single one of these houses, hand painted, hand decorated, by me. And so this is one of my favorite things. It goes up every year in my dining room. I'm working on the base. I'm trying to redo the base a little bit, just to make it a little more high-low and spaced out a little bit. And then, of course, I purchased this a few years ago. I love these swans swimming. Granted, they just go in circles, but I could sit and watch them for hours. It's so much fun to watch them move on their own. And then my woodland themed tree. So this tree is copper, white, and as you can see, there's, the woodland owls. That's an ornament I made. Another white ornament with pine cones that I made. Bird. We'll zoom back out a little bit for you, just to give you some. And of course, every tree that I have has one whimsy on it, which is something that's totally out of the ordinary for the tree. It's just one ornament that you would never expect on the tree, with the exception of my main tree, because that's just a collection of everything. And yes, this tree is very festive. Rustic wood star lit up at the top. And then underneath, my white lighted presents, along with the faux fur present, which is that one right there. I really like it. You got another owl there. Things sticking out of the tree everywhere. So it's my rustic tree. And then, of course, wreaths are on every door in here. Well, that door in here anyways. Another wreath on the wall. On the table, we have a Christmas tablecloth, poinsettia placemats, and little bunny salt and pepper shakers that are Christmas. And then, of course, even the chandelier is decorated with ornaments and poinsettias. And then we move on into the living room. So you will see, and actually every corner of my house, Christmas. There's little tchotchkes everywhere for people to see. So excuse the Reiki room. This is where I perform Reiki. Candles in the windows, candles on the mantle, and stockings for all of the bunnies. And then that picture up there lights up, but it's not lit up right now. And then that picture on the door lights up. And of course, garland over the doorway into the dining room. And as you can see, there's the gates that protect rooms from bunnies. And then my Christmas tree. So my Christmas tree here has ornaments from every year of my life. Starting from when I was a young child and all the way up. Underneath the tree, and I'll give you a close-up of some of the ornaments here in a minute, I have two bunnies guarding my handmade tree skirt that I crocheted probably 10, 15 years ago. So a lot of things on this tree are handmade. And there's, my skydiving Santa, bunnies, more bunnies. I like what I did with this ornament. It actually flashes the different colors because there's a light bulb right behind this. And as it changes colors, so doesn't the glass ball. So I've been sitting on the couch and literally staring at that for hours. So there's some ornaments up there that I made. Let's see, what else? I made that ornament. This ornament I made in Girl Scouts when I was younger. Ornaments, a lot of these ornaments I got as a kid from my grandparents. They used to put an ornament, like these plastic type ornaments here. They used to put these on our presents every year. Interesting. My lights just went out. Weird. Hang on a second, guys. All right, guys, sorry about that. I just thought my lights went out for a second and I don't know what happened. Anyways, moving on upstairs, we have garland over the stairwell, and of course, in front of the TV, garland with a bunny on it. Of course, that bunny sits there year round. More Christmas. Second Christmas tree in the living room. Of course, gotta have Christmas trees. Little glass Christmas present. And of course, Christmas curtains, red velvet and poinsettias on all of the windows, and of course another wreath on the wall going up the stairs, a Christmas tree at the top of the landing, and candles in the windows. And then moving on to the second floor, and of course I have lights on up here. So we've got candles in the windows and Christmas tree and wreath in the bunny room. Handmade wreath that I made. Christmas over every door except for the bathroom. And then in the bathroom, turn on a light here, I have Christmas tree curtain. I love this curtain. It's got bunnies on it, of course. And then I love cardinals for Christmas too. And then a winter themed rug that's kind of just sitting on top of the other rug right now. And then moving on into my office, which has a wreath over the fireplace and a Christmas bouquet with garland on the mantle. Garland over the doors, lighted, of course. And then on the wall behind my computer desk sits it's actually a picture backdrop that I bought because I loved the way it looked. It makes me want to just open those doors and see what's inside. And of course, lights and garland over the Christmas curtains. And in here, instead of red and red velvet on the curtain and the poinsettias, I have green velvet, which the green velvet sits in here year round. And then moving back into the hall, which we're almost done, we have another backdrop, but this one looks like a window. So if I'm sitting in my craft room and I'm looking up, I can look out here and be like, oh, look at the pretty snow out the windows. And granted, I know it's not real, but I want snow. I want that kind of snowy night, or snowy morning, snowy evening for Christmas. I want to have that as a view. One of these years I will get there. And then, of course, candles in the windows, which you can't see because they're behind planters, and a wreath. And then moving on into my bedroom. So we start off with the bed. The bed has red and green velvet bedding with, I don't know if you can see that real well. The sheets are flannel with Christmas, they're snowy trees and penguins on them and woodland animals. We've got a bouquet on the dresser and Bella in her litter box. So this is why I have to step over Baby Gates, because she is in my room. I call her my bed bunny. So then we've got garland over the window, a wreath in the center, and mistletoe above the bed. That church that's sitting there on the planter is from my childhood. I've had that since I was a kid, growing up. And then another handmade, so I made those bouquets. I made those boxes, actually. And then my favorite part of this room, which is the wreath, which this room is buffalo check and white. So I've got buffalo check stockings, bows, berries, and garland. And this tree, which is a 5.5 foot full-size Christmas tree. Well, not completely full-size. It would be better if it was, 7 foot, but I needed it to fit in that little tiny space there. So this is a newer tree, and so I just got that last year, so it's kind of sparse at the moment. It will be filled out like the other trees downstairs. So that being said, we will be getting this decorated. We'll be getting that decorated in the next couple of years pretty fully. So I'm stepping out of the room and we're going to go back downstairs. So this is my holiday home. I hope you like it. I have a friend of mine's husband actually saw my Christmas decorations going up the other day and said, "It looks like Christmas barfed in every room in your house." So I thought that was kind of funny. Not really, but I thought it was kind of funny. Just because Christmas is in every room of my house. But anyways, I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and Merry Christmas, and I will see you for my holiday home next year.